Hello. Shoyan here. I'm a carpenter based in Japan. Today will be the last work at the site. I'm going to build a louver at the entrance. I'm starting by rough cutting the timbers with my 40-year-old circular saw. The timbers look black, but these are cedar. These are air-dried, not kiln-dried. Outside, timbers were stacked with sticks between them. There was a long period of drying and rain exposure. This way, the lye is removed and the timbers are well dried. However, the timbers get dirty. It may seem like the wood is rotten or black inside, but the surface will come clean if you plane about 3 to 4 millimeters. This louver is for the entrance. Louvers are generally used to blind and shade sunlight. This time, the louver will be installed vertically and used as a decorative accent for an entrance. We cause a set of louvers an entrance louver. Louvers and lattices serve similar purposes and have almost identical appearances, so it's hard for me to tell the difference between them. Ever since I was an apprentice, entrance louvers have been built. They were rather more common in the past. I haven't built one in a while. The rails pass through, so it's challenging work. Over 20 vertical louvers will be used this time. The rails will be passed through the top and bottoms of the louvers. I cut a 3mm deep groove. This was the same as the thickness of the rail. It is a good design and serves as a marking for cutting the notch. This will make it easier when notching the louvers later. The louver will be installed outside and painted this time. It is not necessary to unify the timbers' color since they will be painted. The louver will be installed at the side of the house, not the front. The front door will be at the front, of course. Because most of the louver is not visible from the road, I'm making the better looking side face inward. I think that will be better. I marked the line for the rails. I first marked 2 lines to the louvers on both ends. Then I positioned the marked louvers on both ends and draw straight lines to all the louvers from that marking by confirming the right angle. A straight line can be drawn in this way. They can have a height misalignment if you only measure the right angle and draw the line. Though the timbers are flattened and planed using the jointer and planer, even a slight warp in the timber can cause a line to shift when using a square. That's why I first mark 2 louvers on both sides, position them, and draw a line while confirming the right angle. Deciding the order and drawing the number is crucial when a rail passes through louvers. Without numbers, you might install them in an order that is different to the order when you drew the line. As a result, the rails will not pass through straight. This is important. Now I start notching all the louvers. To cut a notch, I chisel the top and bottom. Drawing a reference line on the sides is unnecessary since I have already grouped the amount of thickness of the rail. Rails are 30mm wide. If a 30mm drill bit is used, it could be damaged, so I use a 24mm drill bit. A drill bit for impact drivers up to 24mm is available. It's been a long time since I've drilled holes for louvers. I can't remember the last time, but it was probably about 10 years ago. This work takes time and effort, but the louver will be beautifully finished when assembled. It's worth spending 10 minutes for one piece of the louver. After notching the louver, I finish it with a super surfacer. This must be done last to avoid damaging the louver. I mark the louver spacing to both the top and bottom rails. Since people won't see this side, it shouldn't be a problem even if it's drawn dark. Now, I assemble the louvers. I first divide the louvers into two. Then I insert them in order from the center louver. It means inserting from both sides of the rail. There is no rule that it must be assembled from one side, and there is less damage to the rail doing it this way. Also, assembling is easy. We are assembling all the louvers, but I don't secure them yet. We put them inside and transport the entire louver. After being transported, I will install the entire louver at the site and secure each one to the right placement. For the rail, I notch the entrance pillar. Only this work needs to be done at the site.
で俺がこうこっち立って起こし持ってあっこへ立てる。この棒持てんか。持てる。はい。いけ。持った。持った。はい。
As for the vertical louver at the end, I screw it directly to the wall from the notch. The spacing between the rails is wide on the wall side, so in the middle, I screw and hide it with the tarusen. Now, I install the entire louver. To install, I first install the rails into the deep notches on the pillar, then pull and insert the other ends. This is called a yari-okuri technique. I haven't secured the inner louvers, so that the rail can be screwed to the pillar and wall. The louvers are pulled inside to make room for the impact driver. After the louver is secured to the building, I fasten the inside louvers in place. I secure each louver's top with 2 screws from both sides, then the bottom. When dried, a single screw may become loose and shift, so I make sure to use 2 screws. These screws won't be visible. Now I have finished installing the entrance louver. It's been a while since I last built this size of entrance louver. It's valuable. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.